Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the money-making world without putting you to sleep. Today we're diving into a somewhat special kind of filing, one that marks a company's entry into the public markets. Think of it as a company's New Year's resolution, but with a whole lot more paperwork and a lot less pizza. Let's decode what Crane Harbour Acquisition Corp. II has been up to. We're looking at a report that basically says, "We just had our big day, folks, and here is how it went down." It's all about Crane Harbour Acquisition Corp. II, or as they call themselves in the filing, the company, officially launching into the stock market with their initial public offering. So, what does this really mean for them and for anyone watching? It means they've sold a bunch of their company to the public to raise money for whatever they plan to do next. This report is all about the very beginning of Crane Harbour Acquisition Corp. II becoming a public company. They've just completed a major step in their journey, which is selling shares to the public for the first time. They've also made sure that important folks like the lead underwriter and their own sponsor got in on the action through a private sale of shares. The really important date here is the 17th of December 2025. This is when the main event happened, their big stock sale, the initial public offering, or IPO. They sold a lot of units, and a unit is like a little package deal. Imagine buying a single share of stock, but this company throws in a little extra bonus for you. That is what a unit is here. It is one ordinary share of the company, plus a share right. This share right is essentially a ticket that could let you get a piece of another share later on, specifically 1/15 of a Class A ordinary share if the company does what it aims to do, which is usually making some kind of acquisition. This deal involves not just the basic shares, but also these units which are traded under the ticker symbol CRANU. Then you have the Class A ordinary shares themselves, traded as CRAN, and finally the share rights. Traded as CRAN, all of these are listed and traded on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC, a pretty big stage for any company. So on the 17th of December 2025, they sold a massive 34.5 million of these units. That's a lot of packages, and they even sold some extra units because the people who helped them sell the stock, the underwriters, exercised an option to buy more shares to cover any unexpected demand. They priced each unit at $10. Which means they raked in a whopping $345 million from this public sale alone. But that's not all. On the same day, they also did something called a private placement. Think of this as a separate, smaller sale of shares, but not to the general public. They sold an additional 900,000 units, also at $10 each, bringing in another $9 million. These private placement units were bought by some key players, Cohen and Company Capital Markets, who were the main book, running manager for the IPO. Jonas Trading Institutional Services LLC, who are a joint book runner, and importantly, Crane Harbour Sponsor II LLC, which is their own sponsor. This shows that the people closest to the company believe in its future. Now, where does all this money go? A significant chunk of it, a total of $345 million from both the IPO and the private placement, has been put into a special trust account. This money is safeguarded for the benefit of the company's public shareholders. It is like putting a large portion of the IPO money aside in a secure vault until the company uses it for its intended purpose, which is usually finding and merging with another business. This trust account structure is very common for what are called special purpose acquisition companies, or SPACs. To show how this all looks right after the money came in, they've provided an audited balance sheet as of the 17th of December 2025. This is like a snapshot of the company's financial health on that specific day, showing all the money they just received. This document is included as an exhibit, Exhibit 99.1. For anyone wanting to dig deeper into the exact numbers right after the deal's closed. They've also included this interactive data file, which is basically a way to make their financial filings easier to read and analyze digitally. It's a standardized format for SEC filing. And finally, signing off on this report is Thomas C. Elliott, the Chief Financial Officer. He is essentially confirming on behalf of Crane Harbour Acquisition Corp. The SEC that everything stated in this report is accurate to the best of his knowledge. So, what is the big picture here? Crane Harbour Acquisition Corp. II has successfully launched itself into the public market. They've raised a substantial amount of money, and a large portion of it is being held in trust, which is a standard practice for companies like this that are looking to acquire another business. The key players, including their sponsor and the underwriters, have also invested, signaling some confidence. The next big step for them will be to actually find that target company and complete their business combination. That's where the real story of this SPAC will unfold. Stay tuned for more. What is your take on this SPAC's initial public offering? Do you think this is a strong start for Crane Harbour Acquisition Corp. II? Or are there potential challenges ahead? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more in-depth looks at corporate filings. And don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.